Minister outlined her Brexit plan. She insisted she wanted to give reassurance and certainty to EU citizens living in the UK. Well, Sky's Becky Johnson has been finding out whether the proposals have helped to calm anxieties amongst those worried about their futures.
The University of Birmingham employs hundreds of EU citizens. In fact, they make up 11% of its workforce. Alberto Guglielmi is Italian and moved to Britain 7 years ago with his wife. Their children were both born here. He works as a web editor for the university and hopes to stay, especially now he's heard guarantees from Theresa May for people like him who've been here for more than 5 years. But he still thinks there are unanswered questions.
One of the main questions is when we are talking about the EU citizen having like 5 years for permanent residency, or if they are living here waiting for the 5 years, is when those 5 years are going to start. Is it the date of the referendum? Is it March 2017? Is it today?
Archaeology lecturer Dominic Mashuk is one of those in limbo after moving from Austria just 2 years ago. His family have made the UK their home. His German wife and their 4-year-old son are happy here. But now they have to wait 3 years before they can apply for settled status.
I would hope that one of the first settlements to be made in the negotiations is one regarding healthcare, also, let's say, property rights of EU citizens in the UK. Talking about housing and things like that. So we can't move out of our accommodation. For example, we thought about buying a house, but with that kind of uncertainty, we won't do that in the near future.
Dr. Armin Grunbacher is German, but has lived in the UK for 22 years, working as a modern history lecturer. Despite the fact he's able to apply for settled status, he's not sure he wants to stay in post-Brexit Britain.
It made me feel very unwelcome. And I was seriously considering leaving the country. Yeah, the British people apparently don't want foreigners anymore.
For EU citizens, the Prime Minister's assurances have taken away some of the uncertainty they've lived with for the last year. But many still feel unsure about their futures in a country where they feel far less welcome than they did before the referendum. And questions remain for employers like this one, who rely heavily on staff from the EU. Becky Johnson, Sky News, Birmingham.